Can hear you. Please, can
Okay.
everyone hear him?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Yes, I
Thank
can
you.
hear you.
Okay, thank you very much. So good morning once again, and we are going to continue our session on AI training for researchers. And then for this session, which is the last session, is the practical use cases. All right, so we are going to use one or two of the tools to see how you can effectively use it in our daily work. Right. So in terms of the use cases, we are going to start with the notebook LM. We're going to use notebook LM for literature review. We're going to work with some audio files, YouTube files, and if we are able to go through all that and we have enough time, then we will go through what is known as the
Recording in progress.
what is known as the Gemini side panel. We are going to look at how to use Gemini within the within the Google apps like Google Docs, Slides, and the Sheets. That's if you have enough time. So first of all, we are going to start with the notebook LM, and if we are following, we can all log into the notebook LM. I think that was part of the requirement. So we just have to go to notebook LM, and this is the first interface that appears. I hope, Mr. Clay, can everyone see? Oh, okay, yeah. So when this page opens, all you have to do to use the notebook LM is to try notebook. And then for yesterday, I showed you how to create an account and then log into all the tools. So this was also part. Now, once you log into your notebook LM, all the notebooks you've created can be found in this panel here, known as My Notebook. And then what happens is that when you want to create a new notebook, and basically what notebook LM is for querying PDFs. And in our daily work, we know that we read a lot of papers. We try to summarize a lot of papers. We try to make meaning of a lot of papers. So this AI tool, which is a notebook LM, can help us do that. All we have to do is upload our sources to the tool, and then we ask it questions, and then it gives us information about the source that we have uploaded. The very good thing about this notebook LM is that it does not hallucinate, because what you feed it is what will give you, what it will give you, right? If you feed it with a PDF and you're asking questions about a PDF, it gives you answers from the PDF directly. It does not hallucinate. So this is the first interface you see when you open your notebook, and then if you created a lot of them, they all appear here. So I want to upload some sources. The first thing I will just do is go to create new notebook. As you can see, just create new notebook. So what happens is that you have to start uploading your sources. Now you can upload as many sources as you want, depending on the version of the tool that you're using. For the version of the tool I'm using, I can upload up to 300 sources, right? These sources can be in the form of PDFs, can be in the form of text, markdown, it can be audio, it can be images of various extensions like PNF, JPEG, BMP, right? You can also upload files directly from your Google Drive, right? You can upload a link to it, and then it will summarize, or you can create that link. You can upload a YouTube video, right? Just by copying the link of the YouTube video and uploading. And then you can also copy your text. If you have only text, you can just upload the text to it. So it takes various forms, right? The only thing is that you cannot upload a Word document. So that's the only disadvantage. If you want to upload a Word document, what you have to do is that you have to convert that Word document to PDF before you can upload it. So that's the only disadvantage. You can upload Word document directly. You have to convert it to PDF, then upload. Right. So here, as I said, we can take about 300 sources for the version I'm using. I'm using kind of a paid version, but with the free version, I think you can upload up to 50 sources. So if you have about 50 references or 50 PDFs to analyze, you can upload them. If you have about 100 of them, for my case, I can upload up to about 300 of them. Now, what is also good about the tool is that what they've done is that if you don't have any source to upload, okay, so you'll be taking questions along. So if I get to anywhere and then anyone who wants to answer, or anyone wants to ask a question, they can. But let me just briefly go through the tool, and then I will then answer the questions. So as I said, another good thing about this is that, and then this feature was just added about last week, that if you don't have any source to upload, you just have to give it a topic, and then those sources will be uploaded for you. For instance, you just come to, on your far right here, discover sources. If I just click on discover sources, it's open this tab for me. And then on your far left, you can see I can search the internet or the web for sources. For instance, I don't have any source in mind, but I want to research on the topic. Let's say any topic at all of your choice. Let's say tiny machine learning for crop leaf disease detection. Right. So this is the topic I want sources for. I can just come and type it into this search tool here, and then try to find sources from the internet for me. Right. It takes some few seconds before you find the sources. But I think there's a question that I think somebody is asking, that with the 300 source limit for uploading PDFs, does it consider the volume of the individual files? No, it does not consider the volume of the individual files. That's the first. And then it is not only PDFs you can upload. You can upload any source at all you want. The images, as I said, text, audio files, video files, YouTube links, and then other links. So, but it must be 300 sources, right? And then it does not consider the volume. So now here on the right side, it has generated some sources for me. I hope we can all see.
Yes.
Yes, we can see.
Yes,
All
Doctor.
right.
Yeah, we can see.
It has generated some sources for me, and then all I have to do is view those sources, right? So I can view the sources and remove some, and then add more sources to it. So here, I didn't have any source in mind at all. I just wanted sources on a particular topic, and it was able to generate those sources for me as easily as that, right? So all I have to do after it has generated the sources is import. So sometimes it doesn't have access to those sources. So it tells you that it doesn't have access to the source, and then you have to just remove them. Right. So it will try to upload all the sources it has found on the internet onto the platform. Right. So here, what has happened is that you see with the ones that are in red, it means that the source is not valid, or the URL it has found is not valid. So all I do is I remove it. So I come here, click on this, and then remove source. Click on here, remove source. Right. So I can remove some sources, I can add more sources and stuff like that. So what has happened is that it has gone through the internet and then found sources on the topic that I gave it. And here it lists that it has found 8 sources. So from all the 8 sources, what it has done is that it has summarized all the 8 sources here, right? So all the 8 sources are all on a particular topic. So it gives you a summary of the 8 sources. These sources collectively examine the field of tiny machine learning, focusing on how to deploy image recognition. So it has been able to summarize the 8 sources for you into just some few lines, right? So from here, you can start to query the sources. I can say summarize source 1, summarize the second source, summarize the third source, or I can say summarize all the sources. I can do anything I want with it. Give me the abstract from all the sources, give me the conclusion from all the sources, so here I just want to say summarize each of the sources, and for each source it will just give me a summary of it. It takes some few seconds before it generates the summaries. Okay, so here, all right, so here, what it has done is that it gives me, it's a, here is a summary of each of the sources. It starts from, except from the first source, goes to the second source, the third source, the fourth source, and all of that. And then we are done. So now this, one of the most important things is that this is unlike a chatbot, right? So I mean, for a chatbot, you can just, for a chatbot like ChatGPT, Gemini, and all those chatbots, you can just close it. You can just close it and come back, and then your chats will be saved. For this one, if I close it right now, for instance, if I just close the tool, and then I come back to it again, I try to log in again. I think this was it. Right, so it saved the sources that it found. All right. But the prompt I gave it and then the answer it gave me, it does not save it. It's very, very important. So it does not save the answers unless I tell it to. So here, because I didn't save it, you see that there's nothing. There's only the sources and then a summary of the 8 sources. That's all it does for me, right? So I must always say, yes. So anytime I give it a prompt, right? And then I see that the information it has given me is good enough. All I have to do is save to notes. You see down here, there's the option to save to notes. So I just click on it, and it will save it on my far right here. Right. So it has saved what it has done. But the only thing is that you can't continuously chat with it. Or once I come back to it, I can't chat with the saved note anymore. It's just that it has saved the answer it has given me. So that's one of the important things to note about the notebook. Right. I hope we are all clear here. So let's. Okay. So so that's just an overview of the notebook LM. And then so here, what we are going to do is that what we normally do is we normally have files that we want to write literature review for, right? We have several files. So what I did was that I created, I have 3 files here, file 1, file 2, file 3, which are all, I think, journals also. They are all journals. And then I'm going to upload this file, and then we are going to do some form of literature review using these files, right? So what I do is that I just come to the notebook LM again, try notebook. And because it takes some time to upload those files, I've already done that. So I just click on the notebook I used, right? So these are the 3 sources. So you must, if you're doing literature review or anything, you must name your sources in a particular way so that you can easily remember them, right? So that you can easily actually ask questions about them. For instance, you can say, give me the abstract from file 2, file 3, and stuff like that, other than not naming the file. So here I name the file 1, file 2, file 3, 3 files. And then it has seen that we have 3 sources, and all the sources are on tiny machine learning models, right? It gives me a summary of the source. Now, one powerful thing about the notebook element that they have some features known as the studio features. On your far right here, these are known as the Notebook LM Studio. So the Notebook LM Studio, what it does is that it gives you some kind of applications about how to generate audio, video, reports, and stuff like that. So if you want to explore the first feature of the Notebook LM Studio, the first feature is the audio overview, right? So what the audio overview does is that it generates an AI podcast based on the sources you have given it. For instance, you have uploaded a source or several sources, but you don't have a lot of time to go through all the sources, and then you don't want to be reading a lot of, you don't want to be reading those sources. What you can do is that you can generate an audio file, and then that audio file will be in a form of a podcast. right? Something like a real life kind of podcast. That's two people are talking, like two people are talking about the files you have uploaded or the content of the files you have uploaded. They will give you an overview of the file. They will give you important points in the file. So if you come here and then you just click on the audio overview, right? You have several options. You have a deep dive, which is a lively conversation between two hosts, unpacking and connecting topics in your sources, right? You can have a debate, a thoughtful debate between two hosts, right? So you can choose the language you want it to be in, the audio to be in. You can choose the length of the audio, whether it is short, whether it's long or default. Now you can also ask you can also tell the AI to what you want the audio or the podcast or whatever to focus on. Perhaps I want it to focus on each source, it will just focus on the abstract, right? For each source, it will just focus on the conclusion and stuff like that. And then when you are done with all of that, you come to just generate, right? Just click on generate. It takes some time to generate. So I've already done that, and then I'll play to you and see how wonderful the audio overview is. So here, I've already downloaded the audio overview here. As you can see, it is a TinyML to the rescue, squeezing AI onto microcontrollers to save 40% of the workflow. So if I click here, play,
accuracy over 96%.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're plunging into something
I hope the audio can be heard by everyone.
pretty serious.
Yes.
One of the most
please.
immediate threats to global food security.
So this is what it
Crop
does. So
disease.
it takes the important points from all the files you have uploaded, and then two people are kind of interacting with those files, or are kind of giving you the content of the file. So for instance, if you are driving, you don't have time to be reading. If you are walking, if you are taking a jog or something like that, you can be listening to that audio file. So let me just play a little bit of it.
The numbers are just staggering. We're talking maybe 40%, even 50% of potential yield lost every single year.
That's huge.
It really is. That's almost half the world's possible food supply just wiped out by things like blights, rusts, spots, before it even gets near a dinner plate.
It's a huge, often silent crisis. And the way we've traditionally handled it, a farmer or maybe an extension worker manually walking a field looking at leaf after leaf,
Right.
just too slow.
All right, so that's just one feature, the audio, right? It has been able to generate audio of the three sources I've uploaded. Like it has condensed it, it's giving me the important topics that are within the files. And then it is two people talking, right? It's like a podcast kind of, they are giving you important points from all the sources combined. Right? That's just one feature. Now, another feature of the audio is that we have what is known as the interactive mode, right? For instance, when an audio is playing, you would like to interrupt it at a particular point and ask it questions, right? So if I use the interactive mode, it means that the two hosts will actually be giving me information on the three files I uploaded, and anywhere they get to, I can just interrupt them and ask them questions, right? And then they will answer. For instance, let me just play it here.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're plunging into something pretty serious. One of the most immediate threats to global food security, crop disease.
Yeah.
The numbers are just staggering. We're talking maybe 40%, even 50% of potential yield lost every single year.
That's huge.
It really is. That's almost half the world's possible food supply just wiped out by things like blights, rusts, spots, before it even gets near a dinner plate.
It's a huge, often silent crisis. And the way we've traditionally handled it, a
So
farmer or
yeah,
maybe
I
an
can just
extension
interrupt
worker
it, ask
manually
it any
walking a
question I
field
want.
looking at leaf
So
after leaf.
all I have
Right.
to do
It's
is
just too
click
slow.
on join.
And it's subjective, depends on who. Oh, wait, someone wants to join. Hey, go for it.
Right. So I can answer any question. What is tiny machine learning?
Well, after that manual process, the problem is it really just depends on who is looking at.
Oh, go for it.
What is tiny machine learning?
That is a great question. Thank you for jumping in.
Okay, let's unpack this term.
You're asking about tiny machine learning, or tiny ML.
And it's exactly what it sounds like.
It's the art of taking huge, powerful machine learning models.
Like the ones used for image recognition, right?
Precisely, specifically convolutional neural networks, or CNNs.
And then shrinking them down.
Yes, making them lean enough to run fast and accurately.
Crucially, they run completely offline.
And they run right there on ultra-low-cost research.
So that is another feature of the audio kind of podcast. You can join in there, ask them some questions, and then they'll answer you. So and then this is not hallucination, right? Everything is from those three sources. It's not generating figures from anywhere. It's just giving you the three sources, information from the three sources. All right. So that's just one feature of the notebook LM. The other one is video overview, right? For instance, we write a lot of papers, and then sometimes we would like to upload those papers onto social media platforms for people to actually read them. But once you upload a paper, you know that your paper is always technical, right? What you want to do is that you always want to create a video overview of the paper you've written, and then the language of that video should be as simple as possible, so that anybody who watches the video can understand the content of a paper. So the notebook LM has a feature known as the video overview. Very, very interesting feature. So if I click here, I can generate a video, whether a long video, a short video, and then the video can be an explainer, right? A structured, comprehensive overview that connects the dots within your sources, right? It can also be very, very brief, a bite-sized overview to help you quickly grasp the core ideas from your sources. I can choose the language I want the video to be in. I can choose the visual style. There are so many styles there. And then I can actually ask the AI about some important things to add to the video. For instance, I can say that the video should target, the target audience are high school students, university students, or the general public. I can say it should focus mainly on some parts of the paper, and then it should, I can also describe some structure to it, right? So that it generates the video in a structure, right? When I'm done with all of that, all I have to do is generate. And then from the sources I've uploaded, whether it's one source, two sources, three sources, if you try to condense everything together and generate an accurate video that depicts all the three sources with information from the three sources presented to me, right? So once I've done that, it takes some time to actually generate. So I've already generated that. Let me see if I can find it and play for you to see how it works in real time. So this is the video overview. And then it generates a very, really nice graphics for you. So you can just put in your paper, right? You write a paper, you put it into the notebook, and it generates a video for you. You can upload the video to your platforms, Facebook, Instagram, or wherever, and then the audience will be able to grasp it because the language is always simple, right? So let me play this audio file that is generated of my three sources.
All right, let's talk about a piece of technology that could truly change the way we grow our food. Imagine an AI doctor for every single plant, working to protect our crops and really secure our future. I mean, think about this for a second. It might sound like something out of a sci-fi movie, but this is the real question driving some incredible research right now. What if a simple device, something anyone could use, could stop a devastating crop disease right in its tracks? For our global food supply, the answer to that question is absolutely critical. Because this is the number we are up against, 40%. That's how much of our global crop yield we're at risk of losing every single year to diseases and pests. That's a staggering amount of food, and it threatens not just our supply chains, but the livelihoods of millions of people. You know, for generations, the only real defense has...
So the video overview, it gives a video overview of the sources we've uploaded, and it gives a very nice graphics, and then it explains it to you in very simple language, right? So that's just another feature. You can also generate reports using the notebook LM. So here, once I click on reports, and then we can generate various type of reports. It's endless. I can create my own report. I can create a brief document. I can create a study guide. I can create a blog post. Now, very importantly, and then what applies to us is that I can create a research proposal from the sources I upload. I can also create a technical report from the sources I upload. I can create a project summary and all of that. So here, I think I created a proposal also. So let's see how it created a proposal. So I created a proposal already because it takes time to create. Once you click it, it will take a time to create it. So I created one already, which is this. So it creates a proposal from the 3 sources I uploaded. Right. So once I click it, this is the proposal it created for me, and it gave him its own topic. I mean, I can change it as and when I want. So it said that a proposal for the development of a cost-effective multimodal edge AI system for real-time crop disease detection in resource-constrained agriculture settings. It gives me the introduction, it gives me the background and justification, it gives me the project objectives, the proposed methodology, the multimodal development and all of that, the expected contribution and potential impact, and all of that, right? So, and then I find it to be very, very accurate. I mean, it was able to depict from the 3 sources what proposal they could write, and then it generated it for me. Right? So I can edit it and do whatever I want with it. Now, as I said, we can also generate technical reports from it. I think I also generated a technical report from the 3 sources. So I gave it the 3 sources and it generated technical report for me. And this, the format it took, technical report, a comparative analysis of tiny machine models on device crop disease detection. It gave me introduction, consolidated methodology, right? Performance analysis of the tomatoes. So there are two crops, maize and tomatoes. And then on device performance and utilization, synthesis and critical discussions, recommendation for practical implementation, and then the conclusion. So it is able to generate a technical report based on the sources I uploaded. So this can make our work very, very easy. Right. Again, this is just another feature of the Notebook LM. That's why it makes Notebook LM very, very powerful. Another feature are the infographics, right? So perhaps I just want, I've uploaded some sources or a source, I want some infographics on the sources, right? It generates very, very nice infographics for me. So let me see, I've already generated one. So I can just come here. I can choose the language of the infographics. I can choose the orientation, whether it's supposed to be landscape, portrait, or square. I can choose the level of detail, concise, standard, detail, right? And then I can describe what it should contain, right? If I do that and I click on generate, it will generate very nice infographics for me. So this is what I was able to generate. Let me see. All right, so this is the infographics from the 3 sources combined, right? Smart farming, a field guide to AI disease detections, right? So it was able to identify the model, use the mobile net, efficient net, space net, phone net, and stuff like that. And then they gave me very, very nice images. So for this, I can just use this as some kind of a poster or something, right? So that's just another feature again of the Notebook LM. It's a very, very powerful tool. I can also create a slide deck, right? For instance, I'm short of time, but I've been given some files to do a presentation on, right? I can quickly generate slide decks with the Notebook LM, right? Since I don't have time to sit down to press slides, all I have to do is give it the format. Sometimes we want a detailed deck, right? A comprehensive deck with full text and details, perfect for emailing or reading. And then we also have the presenter slides, a clean visual slides with key talking points to support you while you speak. Now you can choose the language you want, English or whatever language. You can make it short or details. And again, we can tell the AI to what the slide deck should contain. Once I click it, it will generate a slide deck for me. Right. So if I come to slide deck, I think I generated one. And this is the slides it gave me. And this is the slide it gave me, guys. Very, very nice chess. And then give me some information in the pictures that I can just present to an audience. So this is the slide. Silent fatal food security, a new parental edge AI, the engineers from powerful models to practical to choosing the right to the model of all those things. So very, very nice graphics that I can just use as talking points when I go to present on any of the source or any of my sources. Right. I think somebody is asking if I'm using the paid version. Yeah, I'm using a form of the paid version. And the only difference is that the free version does all these things also. It does exactly all this. But yes, the number of sources, the only difference is that the number of sources you can upload. For the free version, you can upload up to 50 sources, right? But for the paid version, you can upload up to 300 sources. So that's the only difference, the number of sources to upload. But all these features are available on available whether it's free or paid for, right? Okay, so now another one is the I think quiz, right? Perhaps I've uploaded a source. I'm preparing for some form of an exam or whatever it is. So I can use I can generate some questions from the sources. So that's the quiz. I can just come and click here, and then I can customize the quiz. I want fewer or standard or more level of difficulty, level of difficulty can be easy, medium, hard. Then I can also tell it what kind of content I want. Once I generate, it will generate some questions for me. Let me see if I was able to generate some. So if I click here, so yes, it has generated some quiz questions for me. According to the comparative analysis of learning machine learning, what is the primary advantage of using TensorFlow over edge imports and stuff like that? So I can choose an answer. I can ask it for a hint, and then it will give me a hint. And also I can choose the answer, and then it will tell me whether it is right or wrong. So if I just click here, it tells me that's the right answer. I can go to next. So there are about 10 questions. So right. So this is when you are just preparing or a quiz or something. You can use the tool to generate some quiz questions from all the sources you upload. Right. So let me see, is there any other feature? Okay, there's also a flashcard. A flashcard, almost like the quiz questions. You can generate fewer slides. You can generate standard. You can generate more. The level of difficulty, easy, medium, hard, and stuff like that. And once you can generate, I don't know whether I generated some flashcard. Let me see. Okay, yes, I generated some flashcards. So this is how the flashcards look like. It's just like the quiz questions. So what is the primary motivation for using tiny ML for agriculture, for disease, and stuff like that? And can look at the answer and then go to next. Right. So just like the quiz. So Notebook LM is a very powerful tool that enables you to do all of this. I think the last one should be the mind map, right? Mind map. So if I click on mind map, okay, there's a mind map. So this is the mind map. It gives me of all the 3 sources, right? It gives me tiny ML for crop disease identification, maize and tomato. I can come and look at the target crops and diseases. Once I click here, it gives me that we have among the crops there's maize and then there is tomato. Once I click for the maize, we have blight, common rust, really streak, healthy, whatever. For the tomato, It gives me blight, leaf curl, healthy, and all of that. So this is the mind map. I can go to the mind map, and it's also a very powerful feature to easily grasp all the sources that you have uploaded to it, right? Okay, so I think these are all the features of the notebook LM that you can use it for. So I think I can pause it and ask some, and then we can ask some quick questions, and then we can now go on to the literature review part. If anybody has any question, they can ask.
Doc, if there are some questions in the chat box.
Somebody said my slide deck is not active on the free version. I'm not sure about that, but I used a free version before this, and then I think the slide deck was there. Somebody also said, but the free version gives exact infographics multiple times. I don't understand that. Okay, somebody also said, can the two fine-tune slides uploaded onto the platform? No, this tool does not fine-tune the slides for you. It cannot edit the file directly, right? I think we will get to a tool. We will get to slide Google Slides. That one can do that. I think we will get there very soon. But this tool, once you upload a document to it cannot edit it cannot edit the document directly. What it's doing is that you can just query it about the content of the documents you upload. Yeah. Any more questions before we proceed?
Yes, please. Any more questions before we proceed? I don't know, Doc, if John wants to unmute and explain further his question. Please, John Asante, Accra Coffee. Please, do you want to give further explanation to your question? Or you are okay? I think. No, I think we can proceed, please.
I also have a question.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's in relation with our colleague who asked about the inactive of the slide deck. I'm also having the same challenge. My slide deck is inactive. So yeah.
Okay.
Dr. Dennis, yeah,
Yes.
with respect to the slide deck, it indicates there that they've taken it out, but they will bring it back. That's what it's indicated when you click on it. So I think it's a temporal something.
Okay, I see. Yeah, so I think that might be temporary. As I was saying, I was using the free version before this, and then all those features were there. Yeah. Any other?
I think that we can continue. I think
So now,
people will come. Yeah.
okay. Okay. So now we have seen all for probably all the features, and then they are always adding more features to it. So that's what is good about this. So probably once a week, once you open it, you see a new feature on it. So just continue to explore it because it's a very useful tool. Now, so let's go to our literature review of the three sources. So I've uploaded three sources, file 1, file 2, file 3. And I named the files clearly. As I said, I want to always reference the files. And then it is easy if you have named them clearly, like file 1, file 2, file 3, or any kind of naming convention that you choose, right? So now the first thing is I need to give it a prompt that will start off my literature review, right? I need to make sure that it does not invent anything. I need to make sure that it does not hallucinate, even though, I mean, of course, it doesn't really hallucinate because it's just picking content from the files we've uploaded to it. So here, this is the first prompt I can use. I can see that, first of all, you are an expert in academic research assistant, right? Work from the 3 uploaded files, name file 1, file 2, file 3. Always reference claims to the file name and page number, right? When quoting, exclude exact quotes in quotation marks with page numbers. If a fact is not present in the uploaded file, say square brackets, source missing, rather than inventing it, right? Use clear academic English and produce tables in Markdown or CSV format when requested. So I'm about to start querying my documents, and then this is what I can start with, right? So that it doesn't invent anything, so that it knows the file names and all of that. So I can just copy this and then come into the notebook. All right, so, and then I start to chat with you. So just paste it there. So you are an expert in academics where you work from the 3 sources and all of that. And then I just enter. All right, so this is just our starting point, and then I'm going to ask you some specific questions about the sources that I have uploaded to it. All right. So now our next thing is, right, I want to get individual document summaries, right, from each of the files uploaded. So I can give it a prompt like, for each of the uploaded file, file 1, file 2, file 3, provide a concise, structured summary, maximum of 200 to 250 words per file, containing full bibliographic info, right? The authors, the year, the title, the journal or publisher, DOI if present, main research questions, methods or approach, key findings, limitations, 2 short direct codes. Label each summary by file name, right? So I want to get some specifics summary from each of the files. So I can just use this simple prompt here, and then it will give me, for each file, it will give me the full, the author name, the year, the title, the publisher. It will give me the main research question or purpose from the file, the method approach, the key findings and stuff like that. So I can just copy this, go back to my notebook again. So here, as I said, if any of the answers it generates for you is good enough for you, you can just save to notes, so that once you close the page, you can always come back to it, right? It's not like the Gemini and stuff like that. That automatically save your charts, right? This does not save your charts, right? So I can just go and paste it here. And then let's see what it gives us. So we want to get individual summaries for each of the 3 files that I've uploaded. All right, so it does that for me. It starts from power 1. So it gives me the full info. It gives me the authors, right? All the authors. It gives me the title of the paper. It gives me the journal, and the volume, the year, and then it gives me the DOI. Then it goes to the main question or purpose. It goes to the method. It goes to the key findings. It goes to limitation by the authors, right? Then it goes to file 2 and do the same thing. So this is how to get information from each of the uploaded files, right? Our next thing is I can get again some information from each of the file, like for instance, for each of the file, extract the full citation in some formats, right? APA format, IEEE format, but here I said APA 7 format. If the DOI or the journal issue is missing in the file metadata, mark the field as missing. present the 3 citations in a numbered form. So I want to get the sources, the citations of the sources, the 3 of them. So I can just copy this and paste again. It will give me the citations for the 3 sources. In APA format. So it goes file 1. It gives me the name, the authors, the title, and then the DOI. So you see, the most important thing is that for file 2, it gives me the names, the title, the general, but it says that the DOI is missing. So here, you don't want it to invent any DOI for you, right? So it tells you that the DOI is missing. For the file 3, it gave me the names, the title, the journal, the volume, and all of that. And then it also gave me the DOI. So you see, it does not hallucinate that much, right? When an information is missing, it just gives you in square bracket that this information is missing, right? Okay, so now our next thing is you can extract key themes and concepts from across the 3 files, right? I can see that identify and list the top 6 to 8 themes or concepts that appear across the 3 files. For each file, give 1 to 2 sentences explanation, provide supporting evidence, 1 to 2 short codes and stuff like that. So there's another prompt I can use to extract the key themes and concepts from all the 3 files. Now I can do comparison table, create a table or a markdown or CVS with the columns, the file, author name, study type, sample, key findings, and stuff like that. And then it will create a table, like in a tabular form. It will create, it will put the files according to, it will generate the file, the author, the year, the study type, the context, the strength of each of the files, the limitations, the relevance to my study and stuff like that in a tabular form, right? Now, we can also do methods and theory mapping for each of the files, list the theoretical framework, concepts, and research methods used, then produce a short mapping that shows which methods are common, which are missing, the opportunities for methodological contribution, use bullets, and small 2-column table and stuff like that. So we can give it this prompt also to find out the methods and then the theory mapping of the files I've uploaded it. Now, another very important is that we can look at the gaps, contradictions, and open questions among the sources that were uploaded, right? So based on the files, list clear research gaps 3 to 6, contradictions between the studies, if any, and questions that remain unanswered. For each gap, cite which file mentions and imply it. So this is very important. So I can just copy this, go to my notebook LM, and then I just paste it. So it's going to, based on each of the file, it will give me the clear research gaps, contradiction between the studies, and then some unanswered questions that were not found in the studies. Right, so this is what it gives me from the sources. This is a clear research gaps, need for advanced model optimization and generalization, addressing specific disease class challenges, expansion on diversification, overcoming logical and socio-economical barriers, development, and contradiction between studies. There are some contradictions between the studies, so it gives me some of the contradictions that are within the studies, and then the questions that remain unanswered. Widespread real-world performance metrics. Because the sources did not talk about that. Optimal architecture balance for tiny ML constraints and stuff like that. So this is where, so I can use that prompt to get the gaps, contradictions, and open questions for the sources I have uploaded, right? Now I can also generate focus research questions. For instance, I can use the prompt, produce 3 to 5 specific researchable questions that follow logically from the gaps you identify. For each question, add 1 or 2 sentences explaining why it matters and which files motivate it, right? Okay, now let's go to the main one, the literature review. So here for a literature review, I always have to first of all give it some kind of a structure, right? Or I can tell it to generate a structure for me, right? So for instance, I can say that write 3 to 5 thematic synthesis paragraph, each 150 to 220 words that integrate evidence across the files. Each paragraph should focus on one theme, synthesize findings across the files, notes methodological limitations and all of that. Now I can give an outline to my review, right? I can say produce a structured literature review outline for a section, and then approximately 1,200 to 1,600 words with the headings and recommended word counts per section. Include recommended placement for 3 to 4 citations and stuff like that. So if I copy this, so this is my starting point to write a literature review. We need a structure. So I just paste this prompt here and then it produce a kind of literature review outline for me, and then the word count will be limited to between 1,200 and 1,600. Yeah. Right. So it has given me the structure of my literature review, right? Introduction and context, and then it gives me the word count for each of the sections, stuff like that. So from there, I can now come to my tool again and quickly say that using the outline it has created. Using the outline it has created, I think we have some few questions on there.
Yes, though.
Okay, I think the first one is how long can you use the free version for as long as you want? The only limitation is that you can upload fewer files, which is limited to 50, right? And there's another question: do you know any other tool that works like Notebook-LM or closely like it? So far, that's the tool I've been using so far. So I'm sure. I mean, the AI tools there are about hundreds of them, right? So I'm sure there will be something like that. But that's what I'm actually comfortable using. Can you please later share your slide document containing this one? Yeah, I think the slides have already been shared. Yeah.
Look, I'll repost it on the WhatsApp platform, various WhatsApp platform.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so here, using the outline that the tool actually gave us, we are going to now write our literature review. Using the outline, draft 1,200 to 1,500 word literature review. So let's see what it generates for us. And here, it will have to take its time. So it will have to read through all the files and generate it. So it takes a little bit of time, probably some few seconds. And it is done. So it generates some kind of literature review for you. So this is, as I said, for some of these AI tools, it's just always the starting point. You go through what it has generated, and if it seems what you want to use it for, then you can use it, do a few edits to it, and then you use it for whatever, or use it for whatever you want to use it for, right? So it has generated a full literature review based on the outline it gave us. You can also draft an outline and give it to it and tell it that it should give you the literature review with the outline you have given it, right? Now, even after the literature review, you can let it let it create content for a 6-slide presentation summarizing the literature review for you. So I'm going to create a 6-slide. The first slide is the title page, the key themes. The only thing is that it will not generate the file for you. It just generates the content, right? So 6-slide presentation summarizing the literature review, title, the key themes, evidence, metrics, highlight, research gaps, proposed research questions, and stuff like that. All right, so over here, what it has done is that it doesn't generate the file. It can generate that file. So it generates the content of that should be in the file. So that is where our next tool might come in, using Google Docs and stuff like that. So we just copy the content here, put it into Google Slides, and then it generates a very nice slide for us using some nice pictures and stuff like that. All right, so that is the last thing on the notebook LM. Okay, that's the last thing about the files like PDF or uploading PDF on the notebook LM. So we can move to another powerful feature. If there are no questions, I think we can move to another powerful feature of the notebook LM. But I think there's a question on the. Okay, now it's still on the sharing that. So if there are no questions, we move to another powerful feature like working with audio, YouTube videos and stuff like that. Can we move on?
Is there any question? That please we can continue because I've not seen any hand raised. So
now here, this feature is very important in terms of audios and videos and stuff like that. Perhaps for most of us that attend meetings, and then we will have to write a report on the meetings and stuff like that. All you have to do is you don't have to enter a meeting taking notes anymore, right? All you have to do is record the meeting and then come and upload it into a notebook LM, and it does the magic for you, right? It can summarize the meeting for you. You can summarize the key points from the meeting. It can help you generate a report from the meeting. Right, so I think let me see if we can quickly do that. So here, I come to try notebook again. Then create a new notebook. So here, as I said, for the notebook LM, all sources are accepted. We can also upload a YouTube video. And then I think yesterday's session was uploaded onto YouTube, which is here. Okay, so the goal is to learn how to use them well, and then learn how to prompt them to give us better results. Right, so this is yesterday's session on YouTube. Right, so this AI tools can. What I can do is that perhaps I didn't attend the meeting, but I need a transcript from the meeting. Right, I don't want to go to the entire video, but I want a summary or some key points from the meeting. All I have to do is that I have to come and right-click on this and copy the video URL, right, from YouTube. You just copy it. I can do this with audio also or video. You just have to upload it. Right. So now once I come here, I want to upload a YouTube video. So I click on YouTube and then I paste the URL I just copied here. And I click on insert. Right, and it will upload that YouTube video onto the Notebook LM platform. Okay, so now what it has done is that it has uploaded the video or the audio or whatever it is, and then it gives you a summary of it. And then, as I said, see, it gave me a summary. It gave me even the title of AI training, practical use and prompt engineering. And then I think that's what we did yesterday. He said this training session transcript provides a comprehensive guide for researchers on maximizing the use of popular artificial intelligence. So that's what we actually get. That's a summary of it. Now I can actually query the video more to get more information from it. For instance, I can say that I want a full transcript of the file. So I can just give it a prompt like this. give me a full transcript of the source, right? And then it will generate a full transcript. Everything that was said in the meeting. Of course, it's not a perfect tool. It will miss one or two, but I found out that it really gives it is able to generate mostly it is able to do in generating the transcript from an audio or a video. It's just that it takes some time because it's I think it's going through a 1 hour. How many? Almost a 1 hour, almost a 1 hour 30 minutes video, right? So it will take some few seconds before it generates that. It will have to analyze all the teams inside there, stuff like that, and then it will generate the transcript for me. So here we are giving we just want the raw transcript of the audio file that we uploaded to it. All right. So as it generating, we can take some questions. I think there's a new question. Can you? Okay, so somebody gave an answer that Manus AI, Perplexity AI, Journey AI, Claude AI can also do similar work. Yeah. And then you say, how do you go past AI detection since some journals? So basically, how do you go through AI detection? Yeah, that's what I think we actually talked about it yesterday, and I said that even if you sit down to craft an article straight from your head and still upload it, now Turnitin has the AI detection feature that it will give you the percentage of AI used. So if you sit down to craft an article on your own and even upload it, it will give you some. It will tell you that some portions of it is AI generated, right? So you can never have 0% AI detection, whether you have done it on your own or not. But the most important is that once it gives you some form of information, you have to, as much as possible, also try to reword some of it in your own words, right? Okay, so this is the full transcript. So I said it should give me full transcript of the sources of the source, right? And then this is the full transcript. The full transcript, right? So whether it is accurate or not, we can just go and play the video or the audio, and then start, and these AI tools can actually save us time. So let's see whether. And then these AI tools can actually save us time. So you see, it's been able to, from the video, be able to generate, and this AI tool can really save us time, right? So it's able to generate the full transcript for us. But sometimes we don't actually want the full transcript, right? So what do we want? Sometimes we wanted to summarize the transcript into key discussion points, decisions made, and action items, right? So stuff like that. So we can just give it text prompt, and it will summarize the transcript for us into the key discussion points, the decisions made, and then the action points from the audio or the video we uploaded to it. Okay, so it is what it has given us. So it says that the key points, the session focused on using AI tools to save time and achieve better results. The AI tools introduced and their functions. So we introduced ChatGPT, of course. Yesterday we introduced ChatGPT, Gemini, Copilot, Node LM, and then the tools setup and usage, and then some questions and answers that were made, some creations made, because I think we said that the training session will continue tomorrow at the same time, 10 a.m. So they'll be able to pick that. And then some creations were that due to Google Meet room being full, right? Because it's 100 attendance, the organizers decided to secure a Zoom link for tomorrow's session. So it will be able to extract all of this as some kind of decision made. And then there's also action items. Attendees should log in to the AI tools. Attendees are advised to personalize their settings. Attendees should use Shift and Enter keyboards on the keyboard when to a new line and all of that. So you see, once we don't want the full transcript, we can just give it a simple prompt to summarize the transcript part into key discussion points, decision made, and then action items. I mean, we can go ahead to say that it should list the main theme, the keywords, the speaker insights from the transcript. We can convert the transcript into organized lecture notes, bullet points, definitions. It's just endless, right? So this is how to use the Notebook LM to work with audio files and video files, right? Are there any questions? Any questions? So that we quickly move to the last two and then see how we can use it for our daily work.
Alex, please, you can ask your question.
I think we can move on. Looks like there are no questions.
Okay, no, someone has a question, please.
I think
It says, do you need to include AI as an author in the author list? And what? Doc, please, a question.
Yes. So do I need to include AI as? Oh no, not really. But so what happens is that nowadays with the journals, they ask you to use AI as little as possible. So they tell you that so that's why we have a percentage of AI content that is acceptable. I think nowadays it's most like 20%. So you don't actually have to say that you use AI, but they will know that at least you use it, but it should be less than AI. It should be less than 20%. Yeah.
And Doc, please, there is another question. So Franz Alex was saying that your demonstration shows how to use YouTube. And can I also use an audio recording directly? What format should it be?
Yes, that's what I was saying. I think if we go to the Notebook LM, and then if in case of creating a new notebook, the formats are so many. So you can use audio. Example, MP3. I don't know whether MP4 can be used or not, but mostly MP3 audio files can be used. Yeah, so you can record your audio and upload it directly, as long as it's MP3 file. I mean now if you have an audio or a video that is not in that format, now there are free tools that you can use to convert those files to MP3 or any format that can be uploaded onto the notebook. So that is another issue. Just use some free softwares to convert the audio or the video into the format that it will be accepted by the tool. Yeah.
Please, you while we're mentioning the AI percentage, acceptable AI percentage, did you say 20% or 50%?
20. I said less than 20.
Less than, okay. Thank you very much.
Yes, please.
Please, you can ask your question.
Yep. Okay, that's the I think the most authentic tool to use is just Eternity. Right. I mean, there will be a lot of free versions. I mean, if you just Google AI detectors, I mean, but they will require you to copy your text onto their platform. Whatever they are going to use it for, I mean, you don't know. So I think the most authentic tool will just be Eternity.
Yeah, please, there's another question in the chat box. Tracy Saki said, please, in relation to being able to upload audio from a meeting, for instance, how secure is the audio and the information it provides such that third parties do not get the information, just in case the audio from the meeting is confidential?
Yes. So as I said, with Notebook LM, it doesn't save your chats, right? Once you log off, your chat is all gone. Now they say that when you create an account, right, the account is just local to you. Anything you upload is not up, does not go onto the internet, right? It's not, it doesn't go onto the web, but it's kind of your personal kind of a hub that you have created, and only you can have access to it. Right. So as long as somebody does not have access to your login details and stuff like that, and then will be able to log into your platform to see what you are doing, I think it's just static. It is between you and then the local tool. It doesn't go to the internet. Yeah.
Please, back back to the issue of the Turnitin you mentioned. I thought the Turnitin is only for plagiarism, similarity index. Does it also detect AI? The Turnitin.
Yes, it's a new feature that was just added. I think I used it about a month ago. Yeah, it's a new feature.
Oh, okay. And we have free version?
No, the Turnitin, there are no free version.
And is it possible for an individual to download it, or it has?
I think it's mostly institutions. So what you do is, I mean, if you have any colleague that is in an institution that have it, like I think probably Legon, K University, I think right now I have a friend at Boga Technical University in which they have it. So anytime I want to do anything or I've done any report and then I want to check, I just send it to him. He just checks it for me. So it's not an individual kind of a thing. It's an institutional thing.
Okay, thank you.
So we could actually advocate for us to also get one as CSIR.
Yeah, very important.
Yeah. Okay, Doug, please, there's another question. So please, if you want to ask a question, please use the reaction so that I know you want to ask a question on mute. Thank you. So there's a question in the chat box. Aaron says when you write on your own and ask AI to write it out more clearly or more clear for you, is this too reported as AI generated?
It depends. AI generated. It just depends. As I said, as I've been saying, sometimes you write things on your own. You upload it, and then the tool tells you that it is AI generated. So that one, it just depends.
There's another thing in the chat box. I think the person took this from LCB. They say disclosure. Authors should something about the AI generative.
Okay.
Authors should disclose the use of AI tools for manuscript preparation in a separate AI declaration statement. It's just like if you want to publish a paper, their manuscript upon submission and a statement will appear in the published work. So I think this addressed the question asking if you have to mention AI as authorship So I think basically this addresses it.
Yeah.
Doc, please, do you want to take more questions?
So I mean, yeah. I mean, so the slides are available. If you're
More
not able to finish,
questions?
if you're not able to finish everything, I think the questions can be okay. But the slides are available with the other two. You can just go to it. You can just go to the slides and then see how they are used. But if you have more questions, you can ask.
Hello, Doc.
Hello. Okay, Larisha, please, you can ask your question.
Yes, it's about the journal asking for your AI, percentage of AI. Actually, it's true because recently I tried to publish a paper in a particular journal. They asked me to indicate whether I use AI for any aspect of the paper. So as you are saying that they may not detect it, they will, because they have tools that can detect AI writings. And then I want to be clear with the one that you said, if you want AI to rewrite your test for you. You did your own thing, but you want AI to rewrite your test for you. Can it be detected as AI using AI to write it? Or, I don't know. Let me know. Can you clear it for me?
Yes. So I never said they cannot. I never said they cannot detect it. I always said that even if you sit down to craft a whole article from your head, right, without any AI tool, without even go offline and use analog tools to even generate it, and now upload it onto, and then use 1080 or whatever, it will still tell you that some portions are AI generated, right? The tools are not that perfect, right? They are not perfect. I mean, the AI tools that are used to detect AI tools, right? So they are not perfect. So sometimes if you write anything on your own and then you even put in a tool, it will tell you that some portions are AI detected. So you can never know until you have uploaded your work onto those kind of tools, and then they will tell you this portion is AI detected, and you always have to go back and rewrite it, stuff like that. But as I said, because they know that now it is unavoidable, and then they also know that the tools they are using to detect are not perfect, right? So they say that we have an acceptable range that they will let you pass through, and then I said mostly it's less than 20%, right? So your work can never be 0% AI, 0% non-AI. It will always be 4%, 5%. It will give you some percentage, but it shouldn't go above 20%. So always make sure that your work is less than 20%. Yeah.
Okay, Doc, please, we can continue with the presentation so that we can take the questions and answers section later.
Yep. So let me just brush it through fast because it's also a lot. But I mean, so this is we all know what Gemini is and stuff like that. But I'm not going to go through the Gemini stuff. I'm going to go to the Gemini side panel. We call it Gemini side panel now because they have integrated the Gemini into the Google tools like the Google Docs, Google Slides, Google Sheets, and stuff like that. So here, what I want to do is that you know that once you are crafting or you are prompting your tool to generate answers for you using the chat GPT or even the actual Gemini or the Grook and all of that. Sometimes they find it difficult to generate the file itself, like the Word file, the PDF file, the sheets, the PowerPoint, right? So what Gemini have done is that they have integrated these two into Google Docs so that you can actually ask your question directly and then put your answers directly into the Google Doc, right? So here, all I have to do is that I just have to come to, let me see, Google, and then as part of Google, I just click on Google Docs, right? Something like this. Then I just go to any blank page. Now, the Gemini side panel is always located at your far right, as you can be seen here. So it says Ask Gemini. I hope it can be seen. Your far right. So I just have to click on it. Right. And then here I can start asking it questions. And then any question I add, generate an article, generate that. You can now directly insert that text into the Google Doc itself and then download it as a Word file. Right. So I can say, help me write something. Fact from drafts a 500 word research paper on AI in media and communication studies, something like this. Right, so draft a 500 word introduction on the research paper AI in media studies. And it will do it for me. And then all I have to do is I have to just insert the text it generates onto the Google Doc and download it as a Word file, and I'm done. Because some of the tools, I mean, some can generate files, but it's not all the time. Sometimes you ask it, generate the Word file, generate the Word file, and then it will give you a little issues. So it has generated something for me, something like this for me, and then I can actually refine it. If I'm okay with it, all I have to do is click on Insert here. Right, and then it will insert the text into the Google Doc for me, and then if I'm done with it, if I'm done and I'm okay, I can just come to File and then download and then as a Word file or PDF or whatever format. So we download as Word file. And it will download the file for me. All right. So you see, it has downloaded the file for me just like that. So here I don't have to query the chatbot and now copy. Mostly we will query it and then we copy the text and then we now go to the Word file and paste it there. But sometimes some tools can actually generate, but it takes some time. And then mostly it is always the paid versions that you must use to be able to generate those kind of files. But here with the Gemini integrated into the Google Docs, we can always ask it questions, write this for me, and insert it directly onto the Google Doc, and then we later download it. All right, so that's just one feature. Now another one too is let me see. We can also create slides, right, directly from another Google tool known as Slides. I think, let me see, Google Slides. Okay, so here we also open the Google Slides like this, and then we give it a prompt, right? Generate a slide on this, generate a slide on that. And so that's where I was saying that normally you always use the other tools, Gemini, Chat, Group, or whatever, to generate the content of the slides. And after you are done generating the content of the slides, what you do is that you copy that content and then you put the content here and then say create a slide using the information below, right? And then it will just create a nice slide for you, and then you can just download that and use it for your presentation or whatever. So here I can just say create a slide on the use of AI for research in Ghana or something, whatever. And it will create the slide for me with some kind of infographic. graphics, like some kind of nice image and stuff like that. So what you do is that you go to your chatbot, you say generate a set slide, set slides for me, and then once it's able to generate those slides, you copy the content and come and paste it here, and then it generates the slide for you. So it gives you a very nice images and stuff like that, right? And then from here, I can just retry it, requery it. Oh, don't include this, remove this, add this. And then if I'm okay with it, I just click on insert. And then it will insert this into the slide for me. And then I can just download it. If I'm done editing it, I can just download it as a PDF file or a PowerPoint file. Right. So once it's done downloading, I can open it. Right. So this is what it is. The web file, the PPT file generated as a slide. Right. So that's just another feature too. Now another feature too is since we don't have much time, I think I will skip this. Okay, another feature too is and then perhaps the last one I'm talking about is if for instance I have to prepare some kind of weekly lesson plans for a course I'm teaching, right? For instance, I have created, I go to my Google Drive, and I have some kind of a course content. I'm asked to actually teach a course, and then I have the content. I just have only the content. Right? This is the content of the course I have, which is in PDF format, right? I have my name there, some few information, the session, I have the textbooks, right? Some 2 textbooks, I have the course site, then I have the expected learning outcomes and stuff like that. I have the schedule, the course overview, all of that. So what I can do is that I can just, most of the time, we would like to create weekly course plan, right? I can just upload this onto the Gemini, which is integrated into the web file, and then it generates a weekly outline for me, right? For instance, I can just come here, go to Google Docs. So once the Google Doc have been opened, I just open the Gemini side panel, which is here. And then I can include a file. So I can upload the course content, right? Upload the course content. So I just click on the plus sign here, and then I can include it. This course content is in my Google Drive. So I just come to my Google Drive and just upload it. All right. So when it's done uploading, I can now create using the attached course information, create a detailed weekly plan for a 13-week semester. Include the week number, the topic, the learning outcome, the teaching activities, assessment methods, required readings and media resources. Align the plan with practical learning outcomes for university students. So that's the point I'm going to use. So here, I've just given it only some few course information, and then I just give it this. So it will generate a 13-week lesson plan for me based on the few information from the course outline or the course information I gave it, right? And when it is done, I can insert it, I can refine it and stuff like that. So here I can just click on this one, and it will insert it into the word file. So here, what I've done is that I've been with very few information, right? I've been able to generate a 13-week lesson plan for the course I'm going to teach. It gives me the week 1, the learning objectives, the activities, the assessment methods, all of that, up to the week 13. Okay, so that's just another way of using the Gemini within Google Docs. So probably the last thing will be, I want to, let me see. So perhaps we are in the middle of the semester. I want to set make some questions and stuff like that. All I have to do on the prompting in the Google Docs, I generate mid-semester examination for this course based on the attached course outline. Include 5 multiple choice questions with correct answers, 3 short answer questions with marking scheme, 2 essay questions, stuff like that. Make sure the questions assess understanding, application, and critical thinking. So I can just copy this, come to my Google Doc. I can create a new doc here and just give it a prompt over here, enter, and it will generate some semester questions for me. And this is a very intensive semester. Right, so after it has generated for me, I can refine it, remove some, add some, and after that I can just insert it into the Word file. And perhaps make some few edits to it and then print it in. All right, so it's done. I can just insert it into the Word file, into the Google Docs, and then it generated some, what do you call it, MCQs for me, generated some theory-based questions for me, and all of that. So that's another use of it. Yes, it requires as little information as possible, and then it will do a lot for you. Right? I think with the time we have, that might be all. Or do we have more time, or are there some questions?
No, we have 19 minutes more.
Okay.
But don't if you have other slide, please do continue till we get to the time. We're supposed to close at 12, but if everyone agrees and we can spare 15 minutes for question and answers, then we close at 12:15. If that's okay with it, everyone here.
Okay, so I'll quickly do the last one, which is the Google Sheets, right? I can I think most of us always have data that is in the form of the sheets, so we can actually upload it onto. We can actually upload it, and then we can query it. I think I have Google Sheets here. Let me see. Okay. Okay, I took a course and I taught a course, and then this is part of the exam scores, right? So I want to actually query this one and see, and then find out some information from the sheet, right? So all I have to do is open the Google side panel. So I can ask it a question like extracting some information from it, like what is the average and median score for the total score column, right? It's a very simple prompt like this. What is the average and median score for the total score in 100% column? And then it tells me that the average score of the total is 54.08. The median score is 57, right? I can actually generate graphs from it. For instance, all right, so I can say generate or suggest generate a histogram of the total score, 100% distribution, and then it will generate the histogram for me. All right, so see, it's able to generate a nice histogram of the scores for me and stuff like that. So I can generate a pie chart, I can generate anything I want. So this one is working. So the most important thing is that this one is working directly with the Google Sheets, right? I mean, you can do that with also Chat GPT and stuff like that, but you have to now upload the file there, and then sometimes it takes generating figures and stuff like that takes a very long time. And then once you're generating figures and images with free versions of the tools, your daily limit is always hit as your daily limit always you get to your daily limit early, right? So basically, that's how to use the Google Gemini with the tools like the Sheets, the Docs, the PowerPoint, or the Google Slides. So I think with this I can take some questions and then we can close.
Okay, Doc, please, there are two questions in the chat box. One by Gideon. Gideon was asking, are the Google Docs and Slide free? Because I tried signing in and they are asking for subscriptions.
So they give you free for a month or 2 years. So for a month or 2 is free. And then if you want to use it again, then that one you have to subscribe. Yeah.
Okay, Doc. From Esther, I said, please go over how you upload file in Google Docs. Thanks.
Okay. So I said you just go to your go to Google Docs, blank document or whatever you want to do. You can actually use a template also. Now, when you come, you now open your Gemini side panel here. And then you see the Ask Gemini here, you see the plus sign here. Plus sign. You just click on the plus sign. Mostly they are always looking for documents that are in your Google Drive, right? So you just have to, so if you have a document, just upload the document onto your Google Drive and then just click on add from Drive. So if you uploaded the document onto the drive, it will appear here, and then you just click on that document, and it will be uploaded. And then you can start after any question that you want. Yeah.
So please, it's question and answers time. We have 10 minutes, and then we can wrap up and close. So please, if you want to ask a question, you can use the reaction, or you can put your questions in the chat box too. So please, the floor is open for questions. Or you can equally unmute and ask your question in case you are not familiar with the reactions too. Okay, Doc, please, there's a question in the chat box from Sylvia Squad. Says, thank you for sharing important knowledge. Is there an AI tool that can analyze data from Excel apart from the Google Sheet? Okay, it's actually from by the Atlanta. I think you are sharing the same.
Yes. I think they can all do that. Chat GPT, or as long as you upload the Excel file here, it will analyze for you. I think the notebook element might be able to analyze. I've never used any Excel file in the notebook element, but I'm sure Chat GPT, Gemini, all those tools, once you upload the file, the Excel file, it will be able to analyze for you.
Now, another question from Mark Akron says, how different is the Gemini to the Chat GPT?
Yes, I mean that's always you have to see which tool to use for what task. And then I think with my experience with the tools, case my experience, I think chat is for mainly everyday tasks, right? You are doing some research, you want to access some 1 or 2 questions and stuff like that. Gemini is mostly for academics, right? I want to write a paper or analyze some data and stuff like that. So that's what I use Gemini for, to write, mostly to help me write some papers and then to analyze data. For ChatGPT, I use it for my everyday stuff like writing emails and some basic tasks. Yeah.
No, that's, okay, there are some questions. So from Frank said that he was giving suggestion for the data analysis. He mentioned that the best AI for data analysis is Julius AI. So probably Vida can consider that.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's in the chat box for other people to use it. There's a hand up. George, please, you can go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the nice opportunity. There are a lot of interesting things I learned today. The most important thing is about policy of the institutions. Some of us are affiliated with some universities and they have clearly defined policies on AI applications, from conceptualization, hypothesis to referencing, and the tools are clearly stated what you should use and what you should not use. These were our main confusion when we started using the AI, confusing tools. So appreciate if CSIR will take this up and then give us clearly defined tools and then the scope so that our papers are not rejected. Some of these are very useful for daily activity, but manuscripts and other things have very rigid rules, which we must comply with. I think this is my contribution. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I think it's almost time. So, Doc, I think anyone can contact you in case of any further clarification or needs your help. Please, are you open? Anyone can contact you, right?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Okay. Thank you very much. So, would like to take a closing remarks from the National Vice President, and then we'll have the vote of thanks. Then we'll close. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jenny. And good morning, good afternoon, I mean, wherever we find ourselves. I think it's almost 12. So let me say good afternoon to everyone. Let me use this opportunity to, thank the Almighty God for giving us such a great opportunity for us to refresh our memory and also keep learning. As I always say, that PhD is always, a starting point for us to even learn more. And we learn and we unlearn every day. So as we conclude, this training program on AI, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to all participants. Since yesterday, you've actively engaged with the facilitator. And I think that was a very good thing. It shows that people are willing to really learn, because I keep saying that as researchers, we must always be on the frontier. We must not always be behind the frontier. People keep on doing things like 20 years ahead before we try to catch up. So once the technology is there, we should always try as much as possible to catch up with what people are actually doing, so that we can take advantage of it and also improve our research. So I would like to use this opportunity to really thank the facilitator, the resource person, Dr. Gookyi. Did I get the name right? Yeah, thank you very much. For availing yourself to, do this within a short period of time. I think that was a very good information that you have provided to, scientists like us. I pray that may the Almighty God give you more wisdom as you even avail yourself more to continue to, empower research scientists and also even technicians as well. So let us take the knowledge and the insights that we have gained here and apply them to advance our work, to also solve real-world challenges and contribute meaningful to Ghana's scientific and technological development. Thank you once again for your participation, and I wish you continued success in our AI endeavors. Thank you very much. Over to you, Jenny.
Thank you very much, Dr. Martin. So I think he has even added a vote of thanks. So on behalf of I'll just say something. So on behalf of the National Executive Council, we extend our sincere appreciation to Dr. Gookyi. I hope I'm pronouncing the name right again. For the insightful AI training. We also thank all RSA members and participants from other organizations for their active engagement. Your presence made this program a success. We thank you all. So we'll have the closing prayer, and then we call it a day. Thank you. Please, the recordings of the training will be shared, as well as we were having a live streaming on YouTube. So the YouTube URL will also be shared on the various WhatsApp platform. Thank you. So please, let's pray. Father, we thank you for today. We thank you for this AI training section. You started with us yesterday. You have been with the facilitator, and you've also been with everyone that came on the training. And you've made us to learn a lot and for us to apply. We ask that even as we go to our various institutes, help us to use it and apply it and let it be beneficial to us, and to also help for the growth of CSIR. We thank you in Jesus' mighty name. We pray with thanksgiving and adoration. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you all for making it a success. Thank you. Bye.
And thank you, Jenny. That was a great
Bye-bye.
facilitation. God bless all of us. Bye.
Amen. Thank you, Doug. Bye.